Hey everyone, and welcome. Get ready to dive into AI image generation. It's a field that's absolutely exploding right now. And we're about to unpack the next big thing, Flux. It's making waves, and trust me, it's not just another stable diffusion cron.
You're right, it's causing a stir for a reason. You see, Flux, it comes from some of the same minds behind Stable Diffusion. We're talking key members of the original team now at Black Hollis Labs. But here's the interesting part. They didn't just want to tweak things. They wanted to redefine what's possible.
Black Forest Labs, I'm getting this image of like high-tech workshop hidden deep in the woods, churning out AI magic.
Yeah.
But seriously, why departure from stability AI? Were there creative differences?
It's more about pushing boundaries. Robin Romack, one of masterminds behind Flux, he literally co-wrote the book on Stable Diffusion back in 2021, a paper that set the stage for everything we're seeing today. So this isn't a random spin-off. It's a team with a powerful vision.
Okay, that makes sense. They're not just iterating, they're building on their own legacy. But still, they left Stability AI in early 2023, launched Flux in August. That's moving at lightning speed, even for the AI world.
Exactly, and that pace tells you something about their ambition. Plus, they're not just targeting one type of user. There are actually three versions of Flux: Pro, Dev, and Schnell. Each one caters to a different need.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So it's like choosing the right tool for the job. What makes each version unique?
Think of Flux Pro as the professional-grade powerhouse. It's all about maximum quality, fine-grained control, but it comes with a price tag and is usually accessed through specific APIs or cloud providers.
So maybe not for someone just dipping their toes into AI image creation.
Right. Now, for those who love to get their hands dirty and experiment, there's Flux Dev, open source, great performance, but it's for non-commercial use only. Perfect for personal projects or just exploring the potential of Flux.
That makes sense. But what if you want that open source freedom and the ability to, use your creations commercially? Is there an option for that?
That's where Flux Schnell comes in. As the name suggests, it prioritizes speed, even over absolute image fidelity. Think of it as the turbo mode of AI image generation. And the best part, it's licensed under Apache 2.0, so you can definitely use it commercially.
So we've got the pro level option, the experimental playground, and the speedy entrepreneur's toolkit. I'm already itching to see this Flux in action. But where do we even begin? What's the first step on our Flux journey? All right, so we're ready to roll up our sleeves and fire up Flux. What's the first step? I'm guessing it's a bit more involved than just hitting download and watching the AI magic happen.
You're right, there's a bit of setup involved, but think of it like choosing the right canvas and brushes before you start a painting. You need that foundation to really unleash your creativity. In this case, our canvas is ComfyUI.
ComfyUI, that's our trusty interface for working with these powerful AI models, right? I've dabbled with it a bit, but a refresher never hurts.
Absolutely. First things first, you'll want to make sure your ComfyUI is up to date. You can usually do this with an update command, or there's often an upgrade function within ComfyUI's manager. This ensures everything plays nicely with Flux. And speaking of playing nicely, we need to gather a few essential files.
Okay, so what are we downloading here? What are the key ingredients for this AI recipe?
There are three main components: the model file itself, the clip, and something called the VAE. Now, these might sound a bit technical, but they're actually what make the magic happen.
Okay, I'm listening. Break it down for me.
Imagine this. You give Flux a text prompt describing your dream image. The model file is like the AI's brain, interpreting those words and generating a visual representation. But this representation is still pretty raw.
So it's like a rough sketch before the masterpiece.
Exactly. That's where the clip and VAE come in. The clip helps the AI understand the relationships between different objects and concepts in your prompt, ensuring things make sense visually. Then, the VAE takes that refined representation and translates it into the actual image you see, with all the colors, textures, and details.
Wow, it's like a complex dance between these different components, each playing a crucial role. So we've got our ComfyUI prepped, our model, clip, and VAE downloaded. What's next?
Time to jump into the ComfyUI workflow itself. First up, loading your chosen Flux model. This is where things might differ slightly, depending on whether you opted for the ComfyOrg version or the Kaji version.
Oh, right, you mentioned those earlier. What's the difference again?
The ComfyOrg version is like an all-in-one package. They bundle the model, clip, and VAE into a single file, making it super easy to load. The Kaji version, on the other hand, keeps those components separate, so you'll need to load them individually.
So a bit more hands-on with the Kaji version, but essentially the same outcome.
Exactly. It's really about personal preference. Now, once you've loaded your model, we get to the heart of AI image generation, crafting the perfect prompt. This is where you tell the AI what you want to see.
Ah, yes, the art of talking to AI. I've heard it's part technique, part magic. What's the secret sauce?
Yeah.
Right? The prompt. It's like whispering your creative vision to the AI and seeing what it
Hmm.
dreams up, right? But I have to admit, I've tried my hand at prompts before, and sometimes the results are interesting, to say the least. Any tips for crafting prompts that get you closer to what you actually envision?
It definitely takes practice. A good prompt is clear and specific. Instead of just saying a cat wearing a hat, you might say a fluffy Persian cat wearing a miniature top hat sitting on a velvet cushion. You're giving the AI more to work with.
That makes sense, painting a more detailed picture with words.
Exactly. And another pro tip is using both positive and negative prompts. Positive prompts are what you want to see, while negative prompts tell the AI what to avoid. So you might add no dogs to your cat in a hat prompt, just in case the AI gets any funny ideas.
That's really helpful. Controlling for those unexpected uh, AI quirks. So we've loaded our model, crafted our prompt. What's the final step before we hit go?
There's one more important piece, configuring the sampler. Now, this might sound a bit technical, but bear with me. The sampler determines how the AI explores all the different possibilities within your prompt. It influences the final look and feel of your image.
So if the prompt is the direction, the sampler is how we get there, maybe choosing a scenic route versus a straight highway.
That's a great analogy. There are different sampler settings within ComfyUI, each with its own quirks. Some are great for photorealism, others excel at abstract or painterly styles.
Sounds like it's worth experimenting to find what works best for different projects.
Absolutely. But here's where things get really exciting. Flux isn't just about generating images from scratch, it's about the level of control it gives you, the advanced techniques it unlocks.
Okay, now you've got my attention. We're talking next level AI image creation here. Give me some examples.
Let's start with faces. Have you ever taken a photo where someone blinked at the wrong moment? Flux can actually fix that. With plugins like Face Detailer, you can add missing details, adjust expressions, even swap faces entirely using a tool called Reactor.
Wait, seriously, it's like having a digital retouching studio built into Flux. So no
Yeah.
more awkward family photos where someone looks half asleep.
Exactly. But it goes beyond just fixing flaws. Want to see what you'd look like with a different hairstyle, different features? Flux can do that too.
That's both amazing and a tiny bit terrifying. But let's say I've generated the perfect image composition. Everything's on point, but I need it bigger, higher resolution. Can Flux handle that?
Absolutely. Flux can upscale your images to incredibly sharp 4K resolution using the ultimate SD upscale node. It's perfect for when you need those crisp, print-worthy results.
Okay, 4K AI generated art. That's next level. But there was something else, something about different art styles.
Right. We're talking about style transfer. This is where AI image generation starts to feel like pure magic. Imagine taking a photo and transforming it into a stunning anime portrait, a Van Gogh-inspired landscape, or a watercolor painting. Flux makes it possible.
Wow, it's like having an entire art history library at your fingertips. That's
Mm.
incredible. But what if I want to get really specific, really granular with my edits? Can Flux handle that level of precision?
That's where partial redrawing comes in. Let's say you want to change the color of a specific object in your image without affecting anything else. Flux lets you mask the area you want to change, and it redraws only that part, blending it seamlessly with the rest of the image.
So we're talking precise, controlled edits, even within a larger AI-generated image. This is way more than just prompting and hoping for the best. It's real creative power.
Exactly. And the most exciting thing is that Flux is constantly evolving. Because it's open source, there's a whole community of developers creating new plugins, refining workflows, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So what we're seeing today is just the beginning. Flux is going to keep getting more powerful, more versatile. It really makes you think about the future of creativity.
It does. And while we can't predict exactly where this technology will lead, one thing is certain. AI image generation is here to stay. And with tools like Flux, we're all invited to explore this new frontier of artistic expression.
That's a fantastic note to end on. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the origins of Flux to its incredible capabilities. I hope this deep dive has sparked your own creative fire and given you a glimpse into the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring.